In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a full high converting landing page in under 10 minutes using nothing but Claude Code and a single prompt. No Webflow, no WordPress, and no hiring a designer. No dragging and dropping boxes for 3 hours. And even if you've never written a line of code in your life and have no idea what terminal is, you will be able to follow this step by step because Claude Code does all of the technical work for you. My name is Oliver, and I've helped hundreds of business owners generate millions of dollars using AI and marketing systems. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact process I use to go from a blank screen to a full design conversion ready landing page so that by the end, you can do the exact same thing. It all starts with understanding why Claude Code is completely different from anything you've ever used before. So if you ever try to build a landing page, you know the pain. You either pay a designer 2 to 5 grand and wait for 2 weeks, or you jump into some drag and drop builder and spend an entire weekend fighting with padding, fonts, and mobile responsiveness, only to end up with something that still look like a template. And if you've tried to use like ChatGPT or regular Claude to help you, probably had the experience of asking it to write you some code, and then you get this plug of text that you have no idea what to do with. You're copy pasting, trying to figure out where everything goes, something breaks, and you're back to square one. Claude Code is a complete different thing. It's not a chatbot you talk to it in a browser, it's an AI that operates directly on your computer inside your terminal. You tell it what you want in plain English and it builds it live in real time on your machine. It creates the files, it writes the codes, it structures the project, and you can see the result instantly in your browser. Think of it this way, regular Claude is like texting an architect and asking for advice. Claude Code is like having that architect physically in your office, drawing the blueprints and building the walls while you watch. That's the difference. And that's why it does work even if you have zero technical skills, because you're not writing code, you're directing someone who writes code for you. Let me show you exactly how to set it up. The setup takes about 2 minutes and you don't need to install anything on your computer. You're going to run Claude Code directly in your browser using GitHub Codespaces. So if you can open a web browser, you can do this. First, go to github.com and create a free account if you don't already have one. Takes about 30 seconds. Just your email and a password. Once you're logged in, you're going to create a new repository. Think of a repository as just a folder that lives online where your project files are going to be stored. Click the plus icon in the top right corner. Hit New Repository. Give it a name, something like My Landing Page, and click Create. Done. Now here's the part that makes it so easy. Inside that repository, you're going to click the green code button, then click Codespaces, then create the Codespaces on main. What this does is open a full coding environment right inside your browser. It looks like a code editor and it has a built-in terminal at that bottom. No downloads, no installation, everything runs in the cloud. In that terminal at the bottom of your screen, you're going to type one command, npm install -g at Anthropic AI/Claude Code. Hit enter, it installs in a few seconds, then type Claude, hit enter, and ask you to authenticate with your Anthropic account. You follow the link, log in, and you're just connected. That's it. You are now running Claude Code inside your browser. Whatever you tell it to build, the files appear right there in your Codespaces. And because it's connected to GitHub, everything is saved automatically. You can access it from any computer, share it with anyone, and deploy it straight from there. Alright, setup done. Now let's build the actual landing page. Here's where it gets fun. And honestly, this is the part that still surprises me every time I do it. I'm going to type one prompt into Claude Code and it's going to build the entire landing page for me. But the key, and this is what separates a page that looks like an amateur from one that looks like a $10,000 build, is how you write that prompt. Most people type something like build me a landing page and then wonder why the results is generic. The prompt is the blueprint. The more specific your blueprint is, the better the building. So here's what I actually type, and I'm going to say this in plain English so you understand the thinking behind it. Then you will see the actual prompt on the screen. I tell Claude Code exactly what this page is. I tell it the business, the offer, and who the target customer is. Then I describe the structure. I want a hero section with a headline, sub-headline, and a call to action, a section that covers the problem my audience is facing, a section that introduces the solution, and then a section with 3 to 4 key benefits, social proof section with testimonial, and a final section with the call to action piece. Then I add the design direction. I tell it I want a clean, modern, premium design, a specific color palette, for example, dark background with text and an accent color. I tell it to use a specific Google font, and I tell it I want a smooth scroll animations, a full responsive layout that looks great on mobile, and a sticky navigation bar at the top. And here's the detail most people miss. I tell it the actual copy I want the page, the headline, the sub-headline, the benefit statement, the testimonial quotes, because if you leave that to the AI without direction, you're going to get generic filler text that sounds like every other landing page on the internet. You feed it your real messaging, and now you have a page that's actually ready to go live. I hit enter, and then I just watch Claude Code start creating files, an HTML, a CSS file, maybe a JavaScript sometimes for the animation. You can literally see it working in your terminal, creating each piece one by one. Within about 2 minutes, it's done. And then I open the HTML file in my browser, and there it is, a full built, beautiful design, responsive landing page from a single prompt. No templates, no page builder, no designer. Now, I've written out the exact prompt I just used along with 5 other landing pages prompts for different industries and offers. If you want them, just drop the word landing in the comments and I'll send the full prompt pack for you for free. Just comment landing. All right, let me keep going. Now, here's what I love about Claude Code. Versus any page builder, the page is built, but let's say I want to change something. Maybe I want the hero section, a background to be a gradient instead of solid color. Maybe I want to add a video embedded. Maybe this testimonial section needs a different layout. I don't open any code editor. I don't touch any file. I just type another message to Claude Code. In plain English, I just say something like change the hero section to a dark gradient going from black to dark blue. Make the CDA button larger with a subtle hover animation and a 4th testimonial card. And Claude Code reads my instruction, opens the correct files on my machine, makes the exact changes and saves them. I refresh them in my browser and you're done. Exactly what I asked for. And you can keep going like this. You can iterate 10, 15, 20 times, and each time you're just having a conversation. Make the font bigger, swap the order of these 2 sections, add a countdown timer about the CVA, add a sticky banner at the top, like say limited spots available. Everything is just a sentence. This is what makes it so powerful for business owners. You don't need to learn code. You don't need to learn a page builder. You just need to know what you want and be able to describe. If you can write a brief of a designer, you can prompt Claude Code. It's the same skill. And here's the other thing. Nobody talks about it. Because you own the actual code file, you can host this page anywhere. You're not locked into some monthly subscription with Webflow or Repages or Unbox. You can throw this on a $5 a month hosting plan, connect your domain and your life. Voila. Or if you want to keep it that simple, you can use something like Vercel or go ahead everywhere. You can literally drag and drop the folder and it's published in 30 seconds for free. Before you go and build your first page, let me save you from the 2 biggest mistakes I see people make with this. Mistake number 1, they give a lazy prompt and expect a premium result. This is the equivalent of telling a designer, make me a nice website, and then being disappointed when it looks generic. The output is only as good as the input. Spend 10 minutes thinking about your page structure, your copy, your design, preferences, your colors palette before you type a single prompt into Claude Code. That 10 minutes is the difference between a page that looks like a template and a page that looks custom built. Mistake number 2, they treat the first output as the final product. It won't be. The first build will get you 80% of the way there. The magic is in the refinement. That's where you say make this sharper, move this up, change this color, add a section, 3 or 4 rounds of that, and you have something that genuinely looks like a professional agency built it. Because in a way, one did, you just replace that agency with an AI that works in real time and doesn't charge you by the hour. The whole process from setup to a finished polished landing page, you're taking 30 minutes. Maybe 45 if you're being really particular. Compare that to that weeks and thousands of dollars the old way costs. It's not even close. That's it. That's the full process. Claude Code installed, 1 detailed prompt, a few rounds of refinements, and you have the landing page that's ready to collect leads, sell a product, or pitch your service. built entirely, but by AI, owned entirely by you. If you haven't yet, drop the word lending in the comments and I'll send you the complete prompt pack. The exact prompts I use to build landing pages for different niches and offers. Completely free. Just comment lending, subscribe if you want more of this next week, and I'm showing you how to build an entire multi-page website using the same method, same processes, just bigger. I'll see you in that one.